Well, we're here with Roger Woolsey of Millionaire and the absolutely fantastic A-26 Invader Millionairess. So Roger, you brought this aircraft over all the way to Europe for the Normandy 80th anniversary. That sounds like quite an endeavor.
It was quite the endeavor. It was really a Herculean effort. Although Millionaire, we sponsored her back about 10 years ago, the museum sold the asset and she went away for about an 8-year period. And we can surmise from the logbook, she might have flown 25 hours in that 8-year period. And the museum got it back. They had it about a year and a half, hasn't flown, and kind of been sitting primarily outside, some inside. And that's when we got it reunited with the aircraft. So the museum approached us literally 3 weeks prior to D-Day and said, hey, we got the A-26 back. Would you like to do some sponsorship? And I said, you know what? I want to buy the A-26. And so now that I know that a museum can sell something. Luckily with Millionaire, we've got a 145 repair station. We have probably about 45 maintainers full time. See, we knew it was a Herculean effort, but we really wanted to do it. So the team said, absolutely, with stacked hands, and we went to work.
Well, that's really splendid. So how long did it take you to get across to Normandy?
So we departed on the 1st. We were in France on the 5th.
Fantastic. Roughly how many events have you taken part in or flyovers during your time over here?
I think 2 days into the Normandy event, we had something like 14 air show invitations.
Wow.
It felt very nice for the team that put it together, for the asset, the aircraft, because we really professed the reason we wanted to do this. We really wanted to honor our vets. We really wanted to keep our past history, which is rich, alive. And we also wanted to marry that with the future. You know, we want to bring the next generation out to the aircraft, out to the airport, so they really understand what this is all about. At the same time, you've really got vets. And so when you're looking at a 102-year-old next to a 9-year-old,
it is fantastic. Ever important to get the new generation involved in this.
Vital.
So in terms of this aircraft itself, what do you know about its history? Did it serve in the war? What's its life been before it ended up as it is today?
This particular airframe is a 1944 model. She was actually served in the 9th Air Force. So she was based here in England, had a small stint in France and in Belgium. She was actually in the Battle of the Bulge. So that's the one war, that, at least, or the one campaign that we're absolutely sure of. It's in the logbooks of the aircraft. She did then go over and serve some time in the Pacific as well. Had a small amount of time in the Korean War. And after that, she did not serve in Vietnam. That time she went to Canada in a private collection, then did some water bombing activity.
So it has that water bombing history.
It did.
Oh, fantastic. So a real combat veteran aircraft.
Real combat, and one of the most famous of all, the Battle of the Bulge.
So in terms of the 2 engines, so what power plants has she fitted with?
These are the Pratt & Whitney 2800s. And so you got a double row of cylinders. There's literally 36 spark plugs per side.
Wow.
So we've got 72 spark plugs to change on the aircraft. This aircraft was designed in World War II because the bomber group were really a bit slow to the fighters. One, the enemy fighters were able to catch them and snatch them out of the air. Secondly, our allies, our P-51s, P-40s, they really had to power back to throttle back, keeping up with the bombers. So what's really beautiful about this aircraft over the B-25, higher bomb load, faster speeds, and longer range. In fact, this is the only aircraft that can actually keep up or outrun a P-51 Mustang. So it's quite an amazing machine.
So in terms of flying this aircraft, what's it like to fly? What's its performance like? It looks fantastic even just sitting on the ground.
She's sleek, skinny, she's beautiful in the air. And in fact, when you shut down an engine, and a lot of times you practice in simulation, I was lucky enough that the crazy coot that taught me how to fly this aircraft said, let's do one, and actually shut down a motor and feathered her. She literally only lost 20 knots.
That is really impressive for an aircraft of this age as well.
It's amazing. She cruises at 235 knots, regular speed. She can go up to 425 mile an hour in the dives. In the day, 16,000 pounds of payload, so they carried a lot of bombs. They can carry drop tanks, center tanks, which we do not have. We crossed it with just the standard wing tanks. She flies like a fighter. It's quite incredible. So heavy fighter, you know, it feels real solid, real smooth, like you've really got something in your hands, but she can maneuver quite well.
In terms of defensive armament, we've seen that this aircraft is fitted with the glass nose rather than the solid nose variant with the guns, which I think makes it the first glass nose A-26 to fly in Europe for possibly 30 plus years. I know it's over 10 years since we really had a solid nose example around, and definitely far longer since a glass nose was here. But if we come towards the back of the aircraft, you've obviously got the top turret up there.
Yes, but the top gun turret on this one was state-of-the-art in its day. It was a remote-controlled gun turret. So it's, I mean, to talk about just state of the art, right, at the time.
So that's really modern. For
amazing, very modern.
From the B-25 or those other contemporaries.
Right. So extremely modern. Had, of course, the safety features not to shoot your own tail. You had great visibility up in the top. That was fantastic. That's the old radar dome from World War II that's up at the top. This is one of the hurricane hunting radio antenna they had back in the day. So it's just fantastic.
Well, so thank you very much, Roger, for bringing this magnificent veteran aeroplane across to meet the veterans this year in the 80th anniversary of the Normandy landings.
But I also like to thank you fellas for being here, the D-Day Squadron, the whole group, for keeping all these memories alive. So it's very nostalgic, it's very special, and we're very, very honored to have the opportunity to bring this and be a part of it. So thank you.
Well, no, fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's great.